For our first recipe, we're gonna make chocolate molten lava cakes. Now, this recipe is inspired by my in-laws, Rick and Connie, as well as one of my favorite restaurants in Los Angeles called Republique. Lava cakes are something that we would have at the Rich's house on Sunday dinner all the time. When we lived in Santa Monica and we'd go out for Sunday dinner, this was like my most requested dessert. I love these little cakes. You bake them in ramekins, so this is a 6-ounce ramekin little cup, okay? They're gonna bake right in there. But what is just so magical about the lava cakes is it bakes on the bottom and on the sides and a little bit on the top. And then when you cut into it, the chocolate just spills out onto your plate and it's just this decadent, rich, yummy, yummy, delicious dessert. So it was something that we had a ton at the Rich's. And then going to Republique in Los Angeles, they have a dessert very similar. It's a different name, but what I loved about their version is that they used toasted hazelnuts and then they had like a little whipped cream topping. So we're gonna make the chocolate lava cake similar to what I am used to with the Rich's. And then I've got toasted hazelnuts. And for my whipped cream topping, it's gonna have a little sour cream in this. And you are going to love it. Absolutely love it, because like just offers your taste buds this little tanginess. And it's gonna pair so well with our bittersweet chocolate and then our nutty hazelnuts and the whipped cream. And it's gonna be just a delicious dessert that looks intimidating, looks like you spent a lot of time and you're some professional baker, but it's easy breezy. Let's talk about the ingredients you need for these yummy, decadent lava cakes. Now, we've got 3/4 cup unsalted butter. I like unsalted because I'm always adding a little bit of salt somewhere else in the recipe, and I like to control how much I'm putting in, so I'm using unsalted butter. And then I've got 6 ounces of a good quality, like bittersweet dark chocolate. Valrhona is my favorite. That's what Rick and Connie used every Sunday when they were making these for us at their house on Sunday dinner. So good quality. You're really gonna be able to tell the difference when you're using a good quality chocolate versus something that's low quality. Like, we don't need chocolate chips from Hershey's or the grocery store. Grab some of those really good bars like Lindt, Valrhona is great, and a bittersweet, like 70 to 85% chocolate. That's gonna be a game changer for your lava cakes. I also have 1/3 cup plus 1 tablespoon sugar. We have 1/4 cup flour, a teaspoon of vanilla, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then I've got 3 whole eggs and 3 egg yolks. First thing we're gonna do is melt our chocolate and our butter on a double boiler, so let's get that started. So I have some water boiling in this pot and I have a Pyrex heat-proof dish that I'm gonna put right on top. This just acts like a double boiler. It makes it easier for you to melt your butter and your chocolate without burning your chocolate in the microwave. But that's definitely an option. You can put your chocolate and your butter in the microwave to melt and just do 30-second intervals. And to help move the process along a little bit, chop up your butter and chop up your chocolate. So our chocolate is melted, it's ready to go. I'm gonna cool it just a little bit sitting out here, and while it cools, I'm going to mix our sugar and all those eggs. So remember, 3 eggs and 3 yolks. And just whisk those together until they are mixed evenly and well blended. It'll kind of lighten in color just a little bit. All right, so nice and well mixed there. So after you mix your eggs and your sugar and your bowl isn't too hot anymore, go ahead and start to slowly pour the chocolate into the egg mixture and slowly pour it in at first and stir while you're doing that. We don't want to cook our eggs, we're gonna temper them. So just a little bit at a time, give it a good stir. Mix in all of that yummy chocolate. And once you have about half of the chocolate poured in, you can go ahead and just add the rest without waiting so long. We're gonna just whisk that until it's all combined evenly. Go ahead and add your salt and your vanilla. All right, the last thing we're gonna add is our flour. You'll mix that until there's no streaks of flour left. I just sprayed my ramekin pans. Now these again are 6-ounce little ramekins that we're gonna pour our batter in. My oven is preheated to 400 degrees and we're just gonna divide this batter in between all 6 ramekins. As you're looking at your ramekin, it's the amount of batter that you're gonna put in is just under the little rim right here. So about 2/3 of the way full. These are going in the oven for about 15 minutes, but remember, all ovens are a little different. They're gonna bake a little differently. What you're looking for, instead of putting the toothpick in the center of the cake, you actually wanna put it around the edge. And when that's cooked and comes out with a few moist crumbs, you should be good to go because the center we're keeping uncooked. While the lava cakes are baking, let's make a little whipped cream topping. And this is super simple. I've got 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, a 1/3 cup of powdered sugar that I've sifted after I measured, and then just 1/4 cup sour cream, full fat. We want that fat, it adds the flavor, it adds moisture when we put it on our cakes. Now, a little trick. I put my metal bowl in the freezer before making whipping cream. This just makes the whole process go a little faster, having that cold metal bowl to work with. So we've got 1 cup heavy cream. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and add the powdered sugar in right with that. And then we'll start to mix and I'll fold in the sour cream at the end. All right, so you're whipping this until you get some stiff, soft peaks. Now we're gonna add our sour cream, just a little bit. It adds this awesome, delicious, tangy flavor to your whipped cream. And if you really like that flavor, go ahead and add some more sour cream. Other options, mascarpone, I love that so much. Creme fraiche has got a very similar tangy flavor to it, but I wouldn't do cream cheese. So stick with the sour cream, or you can go fancy and do mascarpone or creme fraiche. The lava cakes are done. I just checked the outer edge of the lava cake and that was cooked. It's got some few moist crumbs that came out of my toothpick, but the center is still gonna be nice and soft and gooey. Now, one thing I didn't mention earlier, but if you wanted to mix things up a little bit, you could take a little bit of peanut butter, like a couple teaspoons of peanut butter, and put it right into the center of the batter before you bake it, or do it with salted caramel if you want a little something extra that's coming out when you cut into that yummy, delicious lava cake. So they're gonna rest for a few minutes. We're gonna flip them out, but here's the thing. You can't make these ahead of time. Now you can make the batter ahead of time and store it in the fridge, cover it with some plastic wrap, but once you bake it, you gotta serve it right away. The whole point is that you want that gooey, hot chocolate sauce to just kind of coming out onto your plate. So we're gonna get a few minutes and I'll flip it over onto the plate. We'll cut into it and time to dig in. Your ramekin's still gonna be a little bit hot, so grab your hot pad, and then to make sure it comes out nice and easy, we're gonna go ahead and just place our plate right on top and then flip it over. This way we're not breaking ramekins or plates. Okay, then take your hot pad and go ahead. Let's see, it might be too slippery. And there we go, we lift it up. Oh, look at that, it's so cute, right? Okay, now you can cut into it right away. We can add our toppings. You could just do a little powdered sugar, but let's cut into it so you can just see this yummy chocolate that's gonna come and spill out. You see all that gooey chocolate? Oh, yum, okay, now we made our topping, so I'm gonna grab another spoon. We're just gonna put a dollop of our whipped cream on, and it kind of melts. Here's the thing, you could use ice cream too, but it's just gonna get so cold and kind of just change, I think, the texture of the cake in my opinion. That's why I like the cream. It kind of melts into this like heavy whipping cream that just like fills it with more yummy flavor. Okay, a couple hazelnuts like that, and we're ready to dig in. Okay, I need to blow a little bit more. You guys, the nuttiness, we've got the hazelnuts, the tanginess from the sour cream, and oh my goodness, chocolate makes such a huge difference. You've got to use a good quality chocolate. It is rich. It just fills your mouth with so much flavor. Oh, I can't wait for you to make this one. Happy baking.